totalitarian state is a state that's in the grip of the lie. This is the truth of the matter. Every time you lie, you've just allowed yourself to become possessed by the same tyrannical spirit that's at the core of the totalitarian state. And you might think, no, I'm lying. It's like, no, the spirit of the lie is making itself manifest within you, and you are participating in your own possession. That's what's happening.
As I mentioned, because he has serious concerns about the policies of the current Canadian government in relationship to the Canadian Charter of Rights, which was established as part of the Constitution Act in the 1980s. And he, as I said in the bio, is the only living minister who participated in that constitutional process and is therefore a unique, let's say, historical and current resource, because he can help illuminate Canadians as to the intent of the people who were instrumental in drafting, writing, and agreeing on all of those fundamentally important accords.
My concerns that in 1867, when the country was formed, with the V&A Act, there was no Bill of Rights or Charter of Rights in it.
That's
we
fine.
were still relying on the British common law, which was unwritten. And then we decided into the 20th century that that wasn't good enough, especially with the influence from the United States that had a Bill of Rights almost from day one. And so there were moves underfoot to try to do that. That started with Diefenbaker in '60, but that was only a federal act that applied to federal people. That didn't apply to the whole nation, to every Canadian. So in 1981-82, we completed that process by doing the Charter of Rights and Freedoms in the Constitution Act of 1982, which gave every Canadian rights and freedoms written in a constitution.
I, Justin P.J. Trudeau, do swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, Queen of Canada, her heirs and successors. So help me God. I, Justin P.J. Trudeau, do solemnly and sincerely swear that I shall be a true and faithful servant to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II as a member of Her Majesty's Privy Council for Canada. I will, in all things to be treated, debated, and resolved in Privy Council, faithfully, honestly, and truly declare my mind and my opinion. I shall keep secret all matters committed and revealed to me in this capacity, or that shall be secretly treated of in Council. Generally, in all things, I shall do as a faithful and true servant ought to do for Her Majesty, so help me God.
Comment, the Honourable Member for Oshawa.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I had a constituent that wanted me to ask a question about outside interference to our democracy.
Please don't go down a bunch of rabbit holes talking about a monarchy of 100 years ago. I get all this all the time, that Canada's only a corporation, it's not really a country and all of that. Stick with what we know for sure. And we know we have a constitution and two written documents, one when we were formed, another in 1981. They are documents that were passed legally through parliamentary democracies, and they have been exercised, they have been used. So the very fact that they've been used makes them a reality, because part of our Constitution is also custom and convention.
Every time you lie, you've just allowed yourself to become possessed by the same tyrannical spirit that's at the core of the totalitarian state.